Sis Monica, it's great to have you here. We've been hearing a lot from people who've come out of these abusive situations. I know that you are the bulldog a lot of the time who helps them escape from such situations that are abusive. So please tell us about the work that you do with the Tears Foundation.
Okay. Thank you for being here to see what we do and hear our stories that we get. Tears Foundation is an organization that we get reports from all over the country, 9 provinces, and we take a journey with that person who's been abused from the first time that she's report the case to the getting justice done to that person. So cases that we get are so different and they are so hectic. Hectic in a sense of saying sometimes you want to report a case today, tomorrow when you call you have decided somehow. It takes 7 times for a woman to get out of an abusive relationship, so we don't blame them. We walk the journey with them. We make them understand that the situation that they're in is not conducive, it's not right for the mind. The mindset needs to break away from the abusive partner. Remember that the abusive people, they groom you.
Yes.
And they plan. For the first time, they will say to you, you don't have to talk to this person. You don't have to go home. Already they are grooming you.
So they're isolating you from your support system.
Isolation from a support system, that's the best way that they can deal with you when they need to deal with you.
Right.
So when you are in an abusive relationship, thinking of going back, it's another issue.
Yeah.
Because now they've ruined the relationship with your parents or with whoever was your support, and they will try to say, but we try to say to you, this person is not good for you, and now you're coming back. What do you want? You also have that stigma of saying, where will I sleep? Status as well.
Abantu bazothini.
Abantu bazothini, because that's what we are living for. Abantu bazothini. And that's not them, that's you. And the healing part of it is start with abantu bazothini. Masebe ngibona ngigibela itekisi. Masebe ngibona abantwana behamba baya esikoleni saselokishini.
Sure.
Those are status. So we need to break those and understand. So as I say to you, my cases were Cholaya, they are, involved with such things because the first time they are not ready.
Yeah.
We make them to be ready. It's difficult. Secondly, counseling is associated with mindset as well. Tina abantu abamnyama, we don't believe in counseling.
Do you think that that's still the case? Obviously, you're seeing it every day.
Every day.
So it is still the case.
It's still an ongoing case because immediately when you say to a black person, you need counseling, but that's for mad people.
Sure. Okay.
So those are the things that we deal with and make them understand so that when they go for counseling, because it's all in the mindset at the back of your mind, and bringing it up, it creates a trigger, so many thinking attitude and moving forward, and you can see, you have to see that, but I've allowed it from there.
It's a cluster of issues because the abuser will also use that to make you feel weak so that you stay in the abusive cycle. So that's why I like what you say, that it's from the intervention, getting a person out of an abusive situation, all the way to getting justice, because that legal section is also incredibly stressful and difficult.
Our legal system is failing us a lot. When it comes to cases of abuse, when you go and report that case, they will say, Ahmed, deal with it, it's a family issue. They don't understand that it started way back. They are dealing with today's issue.
Okay.
And the today's issue is like, he slapped me. And they say, Ahmed, sorry, go and deal with it. But that's not it. There are so many things that have happened initially. When you come here today, it's like, now I'm ready, I want to come out. But our frontline police will say, deal with it. And what are you doing? You already fell down. You already feel depressed. You don't want to go on and on. Yeah. Or they will ask you questions like, why were you walking in that place is dangerous.
Or what did you do to him to make him so
Yes,
angry?
even if it's not you. That person gets triggered with so many things by mere looking at your face. And some, with women, we've got a red lipstick, a white lipstick, and they say, doesn't like your white lipstick, and it starts slapping you around. Did you invite that? Those are the things that come out to be an issue, and our justice system will not understand that. So we've got a program that we want to start with the justice system, to say to them, listen, understand, because those are the first questions that we get. Understanding the situation.
Yes.
I believe you. It's one of the things that say, okay, you're here. I believe that your story, and I understand that you're in this situation. I will walk with you through this journey. Take them seriously, because for them to come there, it's not easy.
Yes.
It took a mountain to come there and say, I want to report this person. As an individual, do your part, and the other people will do their part. Because if you try to do your part, investigate the problem correctly.
Thoroughly, yes.
With all the evidence being there, when it goes to court, we can be able to say to the magistrate or the person who's taking the decision, this is what I've done, this is what I want to be assisted with. And the magistrate will take, a concisive decision and say, we give you the sentence of this term at this time. Awareness is so important.
Yeah.
The importance of awareness is to tell our communities to them and say, please report this case, even if you don't know that person. The next person who can report it might be the neighbor who knows the person who raped you initially.
Yes.
And the evidence that has been collected can move forward.
And it could even save your own child.
Yes, because
from
that
perpetrator.
person will be continuing doing that. You can even, as you're saying, your own child.
Yeah.
We should protect our kids. If you've got something that you need to report it. Because it might prevent so many people out there.
So we are bringing hope and bringing healing. And I know the story sometimes becomes a story of hopelessness. So if you were to encourage, we don't want to pretend that the situation is better than it is, but if you were to encourage somebody who's watching today, who is in a situation, who is afraid, who's fearful, what would you say to encourage them?
Encouragement, it's something that we need to do daily.
Yeah.
Now, when you encourage a person who has been abused, it's not really safe. It's safe in a way of saying, they're talking because they want to come out on TV. But that's not it. You encourage a person to say to that person, I've been there, I've moved out of those kind of relationship. You've been married, you've been in an abusive relationship. Move out and you live better. You can move from a massive house to a small four-room house. Leave everything, start all over again. God is there. I normally refer to God, but you've got a higher being that will always, put you in the situation and said, I want you to be a conqueror. I want you to be a light for my kids. Then you move from that place to a better place. So encouragement is to say, please report. Please talk. Even if you don't want everybody to hear, tell the next person that you trust. Because by telling the next person, you are healing yourself internally.
Yeah.
So those are the things that I could encourage people to say. Talk about your situation. Don't hide and pretend, because we pretend as people.
We're expert pretenders sometimes.
In life.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
ultimately, you think your life will never be the same. But, I always think about how if you don't have life, then you don't have life. There's nowhere you can go. So rather start from scratch.
Even
and
if
also we acknowledge how hard it is.
We do.
We acknowledge.
It's not an easy task. It's not an easy journey. Yeah. Acknowledgement is something that you say, you're so brave.
Yeah.
Taking it back and starting all over again, it's a brave thing to do. Because when you move out in the sense of saying, I'm going to win this, and you will conquer.
Well, thank you for the work that you do. And you're going to be inundated with more calls and inquiries now after this.
I know.
I think it's very important that anybody who can must also support the foundations who do this very important work throughout our country. Thanks, Ms. Monica.
Thank you so much.